What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you're back. Well, I just got out of the shower. That helps any. I did not plan on fishing that long today, but I was catching fish after fish. Everywhere I was at, they're hitting everywhere. I felt really bad because this used to happen to me, but there was a guy fishing in one of my spots. So I pulled up on him and I was like, "Hey, man, are you catching any fish?" He's like, "No." I said, "Well, what are you fishing for?" He's like, "Catfish." Well, all right. He's like, "There are catfish in here. I've caught them before." All right, okay. So I went around the way. I went out of the way to get like where he couldn't see me. And I was catching I was catching all kinds of fish. I came back around the corner. I was like, "Hey, man," it was like half hour went by. "How you doing over there?" He's like, "I haven't caught anything." He's like, "How about you?" I was like, "Nope, nothing." I was like, "Nothing over here." I felt horrible. I felt horrible. I'm doing all right, bro. Did some good fishing today. Caught a few good ones. I was starving. I had to come home and eat. You know, I've eaten crawfish before, but I couldn't imagine sitting down and eating a whole bunch of them. I feel like crawfish is like, I don't know, kind of like sushi. I can only eat so much sushi, other than salmon. If it's salmon, I can eat quite a bit of it. Never been able to eat a lot of crawfish. Buffalo. That's right, son. Egghead. I mean, at least my head is round. Some people like get that flat in the back. Some people's head is kind of weird. Some people got wrinkles in their head. I feel horrible for those people. Dude, I caught so many fish today. It was crazy. I couldn't believe I caught that little bluegill. Shit, even the little bluegill were hitting. Bass, the northern are out now. I was really surprised the northern haven't been hitting, but the northern are out there now. I caught a lot of northern today. So, Mike, did you hear my story about the other guy that was out there fishing? Did I tell you? Did you hear me? Yeah. I felt so bad. But some of those people, you just can't tell them anything. I mean, that's like the name of the game. Like, if you tell a guy that like doesn't know how to fish, like where the fish are, he'll go in there and tear that whole place apart. He'll ruin it. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. He doesn't care what he catches. He just wants to catch fish, and it doesn't matter to him. So that's why you just can't tell him anything. But I felt horrible, dude, like, because I can't lie. I'm a horrible liar. But in those situations, like, people will pull up on me and be like, hey, did you catch anything today? I'm like, nah. I'm like, I caught his little striper. It was tiny. All right, like, I just totally make it up. Like, I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, yeah, man, all the big ones are right there. And he goes over there and tears your whole spot up. I did get some odd looks today. It's kind of a rarity, but now that we're moving through spring and we're getting into summer, like all schools letting out and everything, there's more and more people at these, like on the river, in the marinas, all these hot spots for like hangouts and stuff. So when I do the live, I got that mount right on the front of my boat and it stands up, so it's like a couple feet tall. And I'm talking to you guys, but there will be other people around me, and they're like, just like, what the hell is he doing? Right? They're like, why is he just talking out there all loud for no reason, all by himself? Man, I did catch a couple good ones though. Caught a couple real good fish. Then I got that one reel. I don't know how I don't even think I did it, but one of my reel handles got bent, and those things are hard to bend. I had to have stepped on it or something. You can't really eat river fish. I mean, you can eat them if you want. I have eaten a few, but where I'm at in the river, you can't do it. They're really toxic. They hold a lot of pollutants that are in the water from all the manufacturers, and we have a nuke plant about from here. The nuke plant's maybe like 20 miles upstream, and they just let all kinds of weird stuff out of their plant. What's up, Dirty Bird? I really wish I'd had more time. Like, I had to work this morning, came home, got some rest, got some food. It takes me a while to get everything in my boat, get everything ready, get my boat hooked up, and then go. If I'd had more time, I think I would have gone to some better spots. Because, I mean, they were just relentless today. I mean, I had some really, I kind of, in a way, I wish there was like maybe a big camera behind me where I could show you guys like how I'm catching them, like in what ways. But some of the best catches ever is when you see them busting out in front of you. So what they're doing is the bass will kind of go up underneath like a group of fish, like a group of shad or bait fish, and they come up and they try to eat them. And the bait fish will jump. And so when you see jumping bait fish, you know automatically to throw your bait in there. I caught a couple of good ones like that. And I was like, wow, like those are like the best catches ever. Oh yeah, it's totally worth it. But you know what? I've had down days. I've had some really down days. I mean, nobody wants to admit they get skunked, but that happens, you know. And there's been times I go out fishing and I don't catch anything, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And I think the main reason that if I go out during the summer and I don't catch anything, it's because it takes me a while to realize I'm not going to catch anything, and then I have to start fishing deep. So by the time I start fishing deep, I've already been out there for an hour or hour and a half trying to figure it out. And if I don't catch something right away fishing deep, I'm just like, I'm going home. It's like I'm done. Like I don't even want to go deep. I just want to go home. But fishing deep is a different method, and I don't have electronics. Right now, I mean, the electronics are so good, but I don't have anything. I mean, my boat is bare bones. I have a great boat, but I need like power poles or talons. And now they have forward facing imaging, they have down imaging, they have all this insane sonar, and it pretty much lights the water up and it just tells you where all the fish are. I have been ice fishing, I just don't enjoy it. Like sitting out on the ice, it's cold as hell. You're freezing half to death. Looking at a hole, I'm not into that. Or even like some of my friends have the huts. They have the little huts you can slide out on the water. They're warm and everything, but I just can't sit still like that. It really bothers me. Yeah, I've heard a lot of guys ice fish in Canada, and they catch giant. I've heard they catch giant northern up there, but I've never done it. Probably not trying. I won't lie, man. I'm pretty tired. I don't know what it is about fishing that takes it out of me. I don't know if it's like the sun or. I usually try to drink fluids. Today I kind of cheated. Had a cherry Sprite, had a pack of Twizzlers, and a small. It's called like Grooves. I'm trying to think of the chips. So I chalked it up as a cheat day. I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna have this junk food. And so I had sweet and sour, Twizzlers. I forget the name brand, but it's the Grooves. I had cheddar Grooves, and I had a cherry Sprite. That's all I had when I was on the water. I did have a little bit of, I had another bottle of water. I did have some water, but I didn't have a lot. That's why by the time I get home, I sit here and I just start sipping on water, just trying to get hydrated, so I'm at least hydrated for the morning. What's going on, boss? Hara's here. I've heard this. I've heard there's muskies that are like 6, 7 feet long and they're just massive, like tree trunks. But yeah, I've heard about stuff like this in Canada. I wouldn't say I got any trophies, but I caught a few good fish. Like, and the idea, like, I think the main idea everybody has when they're bass fishing is, how would I do in a tournament today? And I could have probably easily caught 15 pounds on 5 fish. So then, if you want to kind of level it out, you could turn that 15 into 18 real easy. And I'll say 15 pounds to 18 pounds on the Mississippi River. I mean, that wins some tournaments, if not second or third. So, I mean, I did pretty well today overall. But I think that's how most people in our area, that's how they look at a day of fishing. Like when you're bass fishing, you look at it like, okay, if today was a tournament, how would I have done? Why do you think you can't find muskie that big anymore? So, just so you understand limits and stuff like that, like say we'll use bass for an example. In Iowa, you have pretty much every state has a 5 bass limit. The 5 bass limit is based on you can catch those fish and you can take them home and eat them or do whatever you want with them. So if you catch more than that, that's illegal. So anyways, what happens is you'll go out fishing. Let's say you're in a tournament, you catch your 5. You caught 5, but now you want to start plucking away at your smaller ones. So what you're looking for is what they call your kicker fish. So like say you have 5 in the bucket and you have one real small one, say it's like only 2 pounds, but you catch a 5-pound fish and you knock that 2-pounder out of there, and now you just added 3 pounds to your bucket, it can change the whole tournament. So I think you just have to understand limits and like sizes. Sometimes if you catch a fish that's too big, you got to put it back. And everybody has, the DNR has different standards for each species. Like we have here in Iowa, I think it's unlimited on catfish. Doesn't matter the size, they can be big or small. You can catch as many catfish as you want. I think carp is the same. I think northern is the same. You can catch as many as you want, it doesn't matter. So yeah, Hara, in a tournament, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your 5. No matter what, you need 5 fish. You got a 5 fish limit. But amongst those 5, say you got two good sized fish, whatever weights those might be. The other 3, maybe like say 2 of them are medium and 1 is real small. You wanna exchange that really small one, because again, you could change your whole place in the tournament. Like you could go from 20th place to like 3rd place or 2nd place in a 1 catch. That's why, like, if you understand bass fishing, that's why it's so extreme. That's why guys get like really pumped over it. Yeah, I think nature is really under attack. I think that, I don't know, it's sad to say, I think that a lot of animal species, whatever, have been fished out, killed, there's been die-offs. A lot of people don't realize this is why the DNR has limits and size limits and things like that, or why you have to get tags for deer or whatever else. A lot of people don't realize if you go fishing and say you catch like a ton of bluegill, like you're just out there catching bluegill and just taking them home for no reason or whatever the thing is. Muskie eat bluegill, or muskie might eat shad, or they might eat these other fish. And if you're out there fishing or you're taking their bait fish, they just dive because they don't eat, because they can't reproduce if they're not at full body weight. Does that make any sense? Yeah, we're that way too with carp. A lot of people say if you catch a carp, just cut its head off or turn it into turtle food. Do whatever you got to do, get rid of them, because they're killing the river systems. Yeah, I think everybody in the tournament world, that was a walleye tournament, but everybody in the tournament world, doesn't matter what tournament it is, if it's catfish, walleye, bass, whatever the tournament is, everybody knows that story because these things really do happen. And I think the sad thing about that story is those guys, they have been fishing those circuits for years. They've been doing whatever they're doing, they've been doing that for years and have never been caught. And then when they did get caught, I mean, because there's a lot of kind of unwritten rules with tournaments, and guys you just don't cheat, because I mean, you're cheating everybody. You're not only cheating yourself, you're cheating the whole system, the whole existing system. So like that was the big deal with those guys. Oh yeah, people wanted to kill him. And I'll tell you why, because it's a huge gamble. You know, people, like even me, like I don't think people understand, like I tried to explain to some, I think on one video was, people don't understand how much I go through just to get on the water. Like I went all out of my way to find a boat. You got to get a loan for the boat. You got to find storage for the boat. You got to have a significant, you can't have some rinky dink little truck. You got to have a significant truck that can tow the boat. All your money goes into all this stuff. And then you go fish these tournaments, you know, gambling, trying to win. And if you have somebody who's cheating, and these guys, they had sponsors, they were winning boats, they had all the fishing equipment, they had everything because they were cheating. And when you find out guys like that are cheating after years of fishing against them, you will want to kill them. I mean, all those guys probably wanted to kill them. Yeah, I think the weird thing about most of these fishing tournaments is that a lot of them are kind of done on like honor, like it's kind of an honor system. I don't think there's any real true laws against it. So I don't know how it turned out for them, but I know they got in a little trouble. I know they got banned from fishing any more tournaments ever. They're banned from all tournaments ever. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying is like once somebody like that cheats and they've been winning for years and years and years, they destroy the entire system. Like there probably won't even be tournaments in their area for a long time because these people are cheating. It's terrible. And I forget exactly how they got caught. Like because the guy that was like screaming at him when the video first surfaced, the guy that was screaming at him, I think he was the tournament director. And I think what happened was one of the fish, they threw the fish into a basket and one of the fish coughed up one of the weights. I think that's how that happened. Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because not only, like I told you, people put so much into this, like so much money into this, so much time. Um, and I have heard of different things. Like there are things within the rules, like it's not cheating, but like you can gain an advantage. And like I know guys that'll drag trees out to lakes. They'll drag trees, drop them, and then they'll mark where that tree is. Is that cheating? I don't know. Like, but guys do it, or they'll take like big trash cans of gravel, take them out to a spot and dump it. And what they're doing is they're creating a place where bass will want to set up, where bass will want to hang out. And then they'll mark that on their electronics and then they'll come back and fish those spots. But my whole point to this is I don't believe that they haven't made any of that illegal. And okay, so what you're talking about with those fish, and when they did the weigh-in, the fish weighed so much, like they were way overweight, and everybody there knew. Like, and the truth of the matter is, I think they would have won the tournament without putting weights in the fish. They would have won anyway. But guys were seeing fish that were equal to their size, but like double the weight, and they knew right away. They were like, something's wrong. And then that's how the tournament director got over to talking to him. But when he looked down in the basket, I think I think what happened was the fish were in the basket and one of the fish coughed up the weight. I think that's what happened anyway. But that's like the initial video is when like the tournament director is screaming in that dude's face. I couldn't imagine how hot he was. Because again, these guys have been doing this for years. Yeah, but you got to understand again, most of these tournaments, fishing tournaments, these are honorable guys. They're trying to, they're competing. How can I say it? I can just say they're honorable guys. I've been to shows where they have like a dead fish thing. So like if you okay, you have to bring all of your fish back to the scales alive. If the fish dies after it's been weighed, that is what it is. But you can't bring a dead fish to the scales. So like, I've seen guys bring in dead fish, like, hey, I caught 5, 3 of my fish died. I just want to know what they weigh. And they won't contest anything, meaning they may have won the tournament, but 3 of their fish died. They could have threw those 3 fish out of the boat and caught 3 more and just came back with live fish, but they were on the honor system, and they were very honorable in admitting that their fish died. Oh yeah. He didn't want anything to happen to him because he knew what was going to happen later. He didn't want anybody to get in trouble. But yeah, I think every tournament has different rules. I'll admit that, again, you work on honor systems, most of these tournaments, and there will be like one bass spot that is like really hot. Everybody knows that spot is hot. And the tournament director will say, hey, you can't fish this area. And I'm kind of like, how are they going to host a tournament where they know everybody knows that one spot and they're going to tell people they can't go there and fish? Like, that's insane. And I'm always thinking, like, who did go there? Who went there anyway, you know? But I don't know. I kind of think that, I don't know. I always think that way. But I think it's interesting if you ever, because tournaments, they start real early. Like, you probably want to be there about 3:30. You usually have like a meeting. They'll have like the pre-tournament meetings are usually around 4 a.m. Then everybody gets their boats in the water, and just as the sun comes up, everybody gets blast off. But some of the tournament meetings are really interesting when it comes to like every state, the state rules, where you can fish, where you can't fish. And they, even in what do I say, like the Elite Series and stuff like that, some of that stuff's a real big deal because they'll tell guys like you can only fish this river system. And some guy will fish just outside of a creek or where that river system meets a creek, and then they'll get disqualified or something because they were technically throwing a lure into the creek or something. It's crazy. But we do have some of these, I don't know. I fished the state tournament and it was just like the worst weather in the world. And I don't know, I just couldn't believe they just did, the tournament director just did some different stuff. They had rules and then they dropped the rules just because it was bad weather, and they wanted to do the tournament because they had people that paid a lot of money. And so they had to just change the rules so that people would fish the tournament so they wouldn't have to give their money back. So that's what I mean. Like, a lot of these tournaments, they're only going on honor systems. It's not like, these aren't laws. I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking. Buffalo's over here going ham in the comments. What do you mean a specialist? I have heard of the salmon run situation, which I think is really interesting. Because they had to change the whole like river system. Don't they have like dikes or something? And then there's like a side channel or some way that the fish can get upstream. Yeah, I know what you're talking. I know exactly what you're talking about. They have like a special species. It looks completely different. It's a salmon, but it looks completely different. So they do this on, like in the big tournaments, Bassmasters Elite Series. I mean, you're talking, these guys they're fishing for $250,000. They're fishing for $500,000, stuff like that. There's a lot at stake. A lot of those tournaments have officials on each boat. It's a very costly event. Jeez. You know what I mean? They have these they're like spillways, but they have like an offshoot on the side. I was actually in Michigan, and Michigan have trout. They have like a trout run where the trout start to spawn and they go upstream. So where these electrical, what do I want to say, hydroelectric dams, the hydroelectric dam has this offshoot on the side where the fish can get upstream and go around the hydroelectric dam. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm only here for you guys. Trust me. We're just talking about fishing and random stuff, fishing related. I was gonna do my laundry tonight. Didn't get to it. I don't know that one. Yeah. That's pretty good. You know, it's funny and it's not funny, but my buddy, he traps beaver. So we have a lot. It's kind of the same joke, but it's about beaver. But my buddy traps a lot of beaver every year and he gets beaver pelts. And so there's a similar joke that goes around about trapping beaver. Right, we all do. But I won't lie. I mean, my buddy, he catches a lot of beaver. And he gets like, I forget what it is per pelt, but he gets quite a bit of money for each pelt. So it's like the tail and the fur. we, are, we are that. We are that. What? What am I going to do? Yeah, he does. He gets a lot, man. Those beaver pelts, and he cuts the. I guess there's like an area you cut around the bottom, and it keeps the tail on, and then you have the whole pelt plus the tail. I mean, it is what it is. But it's a similar joke about men who trap beaver. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. R3 is just type of nonsense. You know, it's funny and it's not, but when I first started fishing, this is like, I got cut from the UFC. I was like 33 years old. And I had saved all my money and I just had time on my hands. And me and my buddy, we started fishing at night. I had just pretty much burned out all the good experiences that everybody around here has. And so me and my buddy would go light a little campfire and we'd do some bobber fishing. And then when I got into bass fishing, I was probably like 34, 35. I'd say I was 35. And I've always been a night person. So I'd go fishing at night. One night I go fishing and I'm down by the bank and I'm bank fishing. I didn't have a boat yet or anything. And I'm just like throwing lures and doing stuff like that. And I just hear this kaboom. I mean, to me, it sounded like somebody threw like a 4 or 5 foot log in the water. And what I found out was like beaver are very territorial and they slap their tails against the water to scare animals away. It scared the hell out of me. I thought somebody was throwing rocks at me or something. What, Mike? You sold all the knives. You sold all the knives today. Oh, my shoulder just popped. Oh, I really am. Wow. Some of that stuff happens sometimes, man. I mean, I've seen some really crazy things. I've seen all sorts of things happen backstage. I think one that was kind of ridiculous was there was a kid, he was on Ritalin, and for whatever reason, the whoever does the drug testing were like, hey, we're gonna drug test you, before your fight. And they came in, they made him pee, they tested it right there. And they were like, oh, you tested positive for Ritalin. He's like, yeah, I got a prescription. Here's the bottle. Here's the pills. They were like, yeah, you're on Ritalin. You can't fight. He was like, what? It was, and like, it was weird because like everybody knew he took the pills and the whole thing. But there's a lot of things that go on backstage. There's a lot that goes on with these organizations, especially the smaller ones. There are things that are happening that you would not believe. Oh yeah, some guys get real deal stage fright and then they fake something. They fake they're hurt or they fake sick or something. That was what was happening on the Ultimate Fighter show years ago. Years ago, they were running the Ultimate Fighter show, and none of the guys wanted to fight. They just wanted to be on the show. So that's when they started making guys fight before they even got on the show. Oh my gosh. Yes, there was a guy, and I think that's illegal. So I think that was the issue. But it was very clear. I saw the video of that, and he very clearly said, "Hey, can I use my inhaler?" And I don't know if it was the referee he was talking to. I forget who he was talking to, but they said, "Yeah, you can use it." They said, "Well, what is it?" And he said, "It's this type of inhaler." The guy was like, "Well, yeah, I think you can use it." And he said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yep." And he went puffed away on it. So I don't remember how that all played out, but there's a lot of things that have gone on. Did you ever see the thing with GSP where the guys were putting baby oil on him or something? They're like putting Vaseline or oil on his shoulders or something like that. There's stuff like that that happens, and some guys will put some of the old school tricks were terrible. But some guys will put like a bunch of Vaseline behind their ears so that like if you get them in a headlock or get a grip on them, when you squeeze them, the Vaseline comes out from behind their ears and then they can slip out. There's all sorts of stuff guys do. I can tell you the funny, I shouldn't say it's funny. Again, I keep saying funny, but one of the craziest things was I had a match where the guys used to cook their gloves. And when I say cook your gloves, what they would do is they would soak the leather in water, and then they would slow roast them in the oven, and it would make the leather real hard. And then on the edges of the glove, they would kind of just put a little groove in the glove, and it would get really hard, and it was like a little saw. And I went into a fight. I mean, this is my amateur years, and this guy cut me up. I mean, I was so cut up, it was unbelievable. I had cuts all over my back, my shoulders, my chest, everywhere. It was terrible. His corner rubbed some sort of Vaseline or oil or something on him. They did it. It's on video. I'm not saying he did it to cheat. I'm saying I think that whatever happened in the corner, it's on video. They like rub the Vaseline or oil or something, like they rub it on his face and then they rub it like across his shoulders and like around these areas. And it was like, everybody's like, what the hell? Again, I don't ever take anything away from GSP. I think GSP is great. I do. I don't think he would cheat. I'm tired, boss. I've been fishing all day. Buffalo, we need corporate sponsorship. Did I lose to what? Yeah, I need corporate sponsorship, bro. I'm trying to go big time. Try not to work so hard, boss. Okay. I mean, it's not an argument. It is what it is, bro. You can call it whatever you want. What? What, Mike? You sold all the knives. You sold all the knives. Did you guys know that there's a DM series pocket knife out there right now? Guess what DM stands for? I wonder what that stands for, Mike. What does DM stand for? What? Whose family is imposters? Where is this going, Michael? Guys, I was so thirsty. So thirsty. I was about to start drinking my own pee. That's how thirsty I was on the water. I'm lying. I had other drinks. I just didn't want to drink. I didn't want to drink energy drinks. I did have extra water. So I was, just so you know, I'm joking. Oh. Whose family is imposters? What the hell are you talking about? Oh boy. Dagger Man? I didn't even see a Dagger Man on there. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second, boys. I'm gonna go over here and get my little vitamins. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna have to lay down in a minute, boss. Oh my god. All right, I'm back. Got my vitamins. Men's one days. I know, right? But until I get corporate sponsorship, I gotta work, son. Gotta put in that work. Did you guys see that picture the other day? I had to pull all that sod. Did I tell you what happened? Did you guys see that picture I posted of me pulling all that sod? What's up, Trixie? We don't get a lot of girls in here. I gotta water my plants. So yeah, tomorrow's optional, but it's not really an option for me. I gotta work. Yeah, so I loaded, this guy cut the sod and he's like, hey man, I'm gonna go over here and you start pulling the sod and putting it in the John Deere truck or I forget what they call that one. So we have John Deere Gators, and then that one is I forget what the name of that one is. It's just anyways. So he's like, pull this sod, and he's like, load it into this thing or whatever, right? This John Deere thing. So I started pulling the sod, and nobody's coming back. So I just kept loading the sod, and I just kept loading it, and I loaded all the sod that he cut. So then, like, a while later, like, my boss comes out, he comes around the corner, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, you got all that sod in there. I loaded the whole thing. He's like, I don't think we can move it now because he said it was too much weight or whatever, but it was a lot of work, man. I pulled a lot of sod. That day was no joke. I didn't say that. I just said I wanted to see him. I said the photo you sent me, I wasn't sure if it was like an AI photo or like, I didn't know what it was. But then you sent me the video and it's real. I'm cool with it. Whatever, dude. What I was saying was you should tell everybody what the series is. What's the series, Mike? That's what I was saying. You guys get to watch me water my trees. He said it's a DM edition. Where the hell is Zane at? Where's Zane when you need him? All right, Mike. All right, Mike. Secret code word. Dagger man. I'm just wondering why I haven't gotten a free sample of these great knives. That's what I'm wondering. They just so happen to have my initials on them, but whatever. Yeah, and Buffalo gets one too. Those are his initials. What shirt? The McFedries fishing shirt? Is that the one you want? Or do you want the stickers? I think the truck stickers came out pretty good. My buddy did the truck stickers. The Bass Fishing with Drew McFedries truck sticker. And they're really big. But I haven't really, I guess I would have to like, I don't know, I just have to figure out how to distribute them. I showed you the truck sticker, Buffalo. You don't remember this? And I showed you the shirts. But I just never got around to messing with it more. Like, I should have done more with it. Especially the shirt design. The shirt design was like, eh. The stickers are pretty cool. Are we really doing this right now? Bro, you never saw the shirts or the stickers? I swear I showed them to you guys. Buffalo says those are his initials too. I am tired, dude. I'm tired. I'm here for you guys. Trust me. I really appreciate you guys. So I'm doing. How many? Like, don't get me wrong. My videos are not the coolest video. Like, they're not cinematic or perfectly edited or nothing. But how many videos do you think I posted today? And I did a live from the water. I mean, I put in some work today for you guys. Some of the stuff it's like, even though I'm using my phone, it's not that easy to do. Like, to make it all happen at the right times and everything. Dude, Buffalo, we were just talking about the knives. The knives that Mike had made. They just so happen to have my initials, Dagger Man, on them. There's too much slipping by you right now, bro. I don't know. Mike's saying buy them from him, I guess. I don't know. I don't have them. That's what I was saying. I was like, mysteriously, Mike has some knives that have my initials on them, but I didn't get one. I'm kind of wondering what's going on here. He did send me a video, though. They're legit. They are legit. The bigger pocket knife, I think, looks really good. Except for, like, the name you put on. I'm like, it was like, what was it, like Hooker? What was it? What's up, Manic? What is it? What is it on him? Hooker or something? Yeah, Ultimate Hooker just is like, I don't know, it just didn't have a ring to it. But my whole point is, I kind of think if something has my initials on it, I should maybe get one, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, Daggerman, Drew McFedries, same thing. Oh my gosh. Did you guys watch any of my videos today? Any of them? They got a lot of views. But what I didn't do was, I kind of made them shorts on purpose, but, okay. Yeah, I kind of made them shorts on purpose because I feel like, for whatever reason, I reach a lot more people when I do shorts. But I got to figure out a way to do like multiple cameras maybe on my boat, maybe one at the back, one in the middle, or something, like one in the front, one in the back, and one in the middle, or something like that. And then I'll have to cut out whatever videos I want to take out, but I got to figure that out. How I'm going to move forward with this. You guys got to understand, there's a lot of this stuff that I didn't think it was going to go this direction, but here we are. Yeah, ask everyone in the chat. That's what you need to do right now, Mike. Someone needs to hold you accountable for your actions. No, the knives have ultimate hooker on them. So it's not ultimate hook, it's ultimate hooker. He thought it was really catchy. I disagreed. So, but I mean, they're his knives. I mean, he can do whatever the hell he wants. I mean, I can't disagree. Buffalo just won't let it go, man. He just won't let it go. Ah, oh, jeez. I know it's all right. I'm just tired. Like I'm so tired I can barely laugh. So let's try to. Why don't we do this? We've been on here more than an hour. Let's try to wrap this up. We got like let's do like 5 minutes. Let's do like another 5 minutes or something. Let's just try to wrap it up. Because I got to get up really early. It's 11:15 p.m. here. Hey, but Buffalo, you guys were on my live when I caught those fish today, right? Like, there's a couple there that were pretty good. I mean, this is what I'm talking about with like, it's kind of like time and money and there's just a lot that goes into it, but there's a spot that I know of that is Jurassic Park, but it's a good drive. It's probably an hour and a half drive. You got to put in, and you're probably on the water for another half hour to get there. So it's probably 2 hours just to get to the spot. I know, even the little bluegill was, I couldn't believe that sucker hit the crankbait. That guy was desperate. There's no rules with bluegill. So anyways, Buffalo, you want to at least see the sticker before I close this out? Oh yeah, I'm telling you, this place is, it's loaded with 5-pound bass. Like, just about every fish you catch in there is 5 pounds. All right, I'll show you this sticker and then we're gonna wrap this up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this light. Can you see it? Well, see on the top, it says like bass fishing with, and then it's my name. So these are like for your port windows in the back of your truck or something? I mean, I don't disagree with you. I agree that everybody has their own like imagination, their thought process or whatever. I'm just kind of razzing you a little bit. But I gotta be honest. Ultimate Hooker just doesn't ring to me. Like it doesn't have that buzz, I guess. Right, that's what I need. That's what I'm telling you. This sticker and a shotgun rack in the back of your truck, it doesn't get harder than that, bro. It doesn't get any harder than that. Everybody in the neighborhood will know how tough you are. Mike, I was just, to be honest, dude, it's fine. I was just razzing you, bro. I was just messing with you. But I'm just being fair about it, is all I'm saying is like Ultimate Hooker just didn't like, it just didn't connect to me. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Everybody has their own thought process. They might do very well. It might be a quality knife. It looks like a quality knife, the video you sent me. He said Dukes Hazard Pops. How cool would that be to live back then in the Dukes of Hazzard days? Where like the cops know exactly who you are, but you run from them every time you see them. They know where you live, and you run from the cops every chance you get. But they know where you live. So how does that work? Has that ever occurred to anybody? Like, everybody knows the Duke boys. They know where they live, but they run from the cops all the time. They get away. I know, right? Daisy Duke, she was hot. Uncle Jesse. Oh, gosh. Boss Hoss. Boss Hog. Roscoe Pico Train. Mike, are you still there, or did you sign off already? Usually you give me the salute, because we're getting out of here, dude. Okay. Just so you know, Mike, I'm just kind of toying with you. I'm just razzing with you, dude. I'm messing with you. So don't get all flustered. But it's been real talking with you guys. I mean, honestly, I hope you guys did you guys like, I'm telling you, man, I did pretty well today on the water. I enjoyed today's fishing, but it was hard to juggle like, okay, this is where I'm gonna fish. Like I didn't know, I wanted to do shorts, but I couldn't, there's only certain ways I could do them. And I don't know. I got to rethink my situation. I got some names, but they're saved in my phone. Maybe I could throw you a name or two, but I mean, you already have the knives made. I mean, run with it, dude. And the one looked really good. The big buck knife, it's got a brown handle with the black blade. That looks like a great knife. So it might just go. Right, bro. Productive day, successful day. Stay positive. I've also been thinking about my closing. I got to come up with a closing phrase. Somebody, I don't know if it was us that were talking or whatever. They're like, you got to have a phrase like David Goggins. So I don't know. I've been trying to come up with a closing phrase. You think so? The double release? You liked it? When I like threw him like that in front of me? That's funny. How crazy is this? This is the first time this has ever happened. So we were live and Levante saw me and he was watching my live and he's like, dude, I can see you. I was like, what? That's never happened to me. I've never had somebody on my live and then like bumped into them in public. That was crazy. Oh, you're talking about isn't it like a sand dollar? It's like a shell, right? Is it a shell or is it like a crustacean or something like that? Yeah, maybe I'll work on that. Maybe I'll work on that double release thing. I see, like I'm telling you guys, a lot of this stuff is new to me. I'm just kind of going with it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I think that's a big thing, like touristy thing. Like people buy them, like tourists will buy them. People that aren't from the area. I think Ric Flair just came into the chat, but Ether, bro, I've been on here for 83 minutes. I gotta go to bed, dude. I gotta go to bed. I gotta work. I gotta get up for work early. Yeah, I caught a lot of bass today. I wonder what you could sell a bass for. I think Luke Bryan was trying to sell them for $5 a bass or something in his song. I guess see, this is you guys, this is what I was talking about, Mike. You and Buffalo could come together here. And he's like, I could use Ultimate Hooker out. That could be a closer. And then you got a thing with the knives. Yeah, Ether, you're late, bro. But I don't know how I would feel about even saying Ultimate Hook. Like, oh yeah, Ultimate Hooker out. Like that'd be just kind of awkward to say. I know you're kidding. What I'm saying is I don't ever rule anything out. I don't I don't make fun of people. Well, I make fun of people, but it's very rare. All right, guys, I want to talk more, but I'm tired, boss. I gotta go to sleep. Man, I'm sorry, Ether. You're right about that, Mike. I gotta make some money somewhere. Let me think about this. Hey, another thing is maybe I'll send you one of the names or something I've previously. I mean, the McDrewski name is amazing. I think that's one of the best things I've ever heard. I got to admit that was a good nickname. Right, McDrewski's good enough. He said, I only wrote down 24. All right, maybe next time, Ether. We're getting out of here, guys. I'm tired, boss. I gotta quit saying that because it's been like it's getting too much of it. It's like a real habit now. I say it everywhere I go. I thought it was McDrewski with the IE, but I guess you could put a Y on it, right? Thanks, Ether. I appreciate that, buddy. All right, boys. Maybe maybe I'll go live in the morning from work. See how that goes. I tried to do it. I think I tried to do it this morning, but I didn't. For some reason, I couldn't get reception where I was at. Michael, salute everybody. I appreciate you guys popping in. I'm glad you guys were there for some of those catches today. I did my live today and caught quite a few fish. I put in work today. I mean, Mike, I caught a lot of those fish on your reel. I haven't put line on buffaloes yet, but I got to find out when they're shipping my rod, because that's going to be a nice setup. Brand new reel and rod. And then I don't know how I bent the handle on this other reel. I got to figure that out. I got to bend it back. Anyways, Tom, we're all even, Tom. Burnouts in the John Deere. Got it. We're out of here. Salute. Sign off. Over and out. Later, guys.